Hey everybody, LF73 here, and as promised, we're going to get started on how to make that coffee can cooker that I was telling you about, that little mobile stove out of a plain old coffee can. This is one that ain't been touched, coffee gone out of it and everything. But listen, this is what you need to know first, okay? This is nothing but a big giant tin can. So before you make this, I know I shouldn't even have to say this, but some people need to hear it. Don't make your coffee can cooker out of this one that's made out of cardboard and aluminum. See me push that in? That's not tin. Only this and the ring is tin. The rest of this, look, is cardboard. Listen, here breaking. Don't make one out of this because this will catch on fire and burn all your stuff up. Don't make it out of this, okay? So we're making it out of all, make sure your whole can is tin can. All right? You see I can't just push that in. That's a good, nice gauge of tin. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start out like this. You don't necessarily need a drill. You can just punch holes in this thing, but I'm going to show you how I do it, okay? So I got my drill. I'm going to change the head. Now, this one is a 5/8 inch paddle bit. You don't necessarily need that. It's just that's what I had on hand. And here, you can use any kind of blade. People say, oh, you need a metal cutting blade, or you need a... No, you don't. No, you don't. It's tin. It's tin. Okay, and if you don't care about the sharpness of your blade that you use, don't even worry about it. Because this is why. We're not going to be drilling into anything. We are going to be putting this in reverse. And we're going to start drilling like that. Now, dig this. The reason why we're going in reverse is because if you go forward, when you're drilling into this, it makes real jagged edges on the circles that you're, the holes that you're making. And you're going to have to go back and file all of that stuff down so it don't cut you and make you bleed and leaking. You got to go get a tetanus shot and all of that. We ain't doing that. We doing this straight up as easy as possible. So let's get into it, okay? I'm going to bring you right downstairs. Okay, I'm out here in my garage. And I like to start on the actual cooktop, which turn your can upside down. This is how I like to do mine. Turn it upside down first. See, that sucker still got coffee in it. And make your cooktop up here. That way, you don't have to create a cooktop up here by putting wires and hangers and all that mess across there. You don't got to do that. And it's another reason for that too. I'm going to show you later, okay? Start with the cooktop. I'm just going to put that in reverse like I said. Put my drill in reverse. And let me zoom in so you can get a real good picture of that, okay? That my blade is going in reverse. I'm going to start dead center. See it's going in reverse? It makes a smoother hole. And you don't got to go fast either when you do that. Don't press hard. It's just 10. Now, look how smooth that hole is. Look, rub my finger across without getting cut. Look inside. Look how jagged it is inside. See that? Okay. Trust me on this. Go in reverse. You save yourself half the work. So, all I do, go 4 corners. And I like to go where I feel like the fire need to be concentrated. It ain't like I got a, Emerald Lagasse cookware, so it's small. I'm just trying to keep it fairly small. The can is pretty much showing you pretty much where it ain't too much of a bad idea to cut it anyway. So I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to finish the next piece, okay? So hang on tight. Okay, we're done with that. Look at that. We're done with that, and look, run my hand across there. Nothing. Smooth as ass meat. Okay? You don't have to keep on filing nothing down. None of that. So what we're going to do now, you got your cooktop right there. Nothing, I don't care how small of a cup you sit there or how big, you can put a normal frying pan on top of there. It's not going to fall through. See, that's the problem you have on this side. Hell, you don't need no pan when it's like this. You can cook the meat right on this because it becomes a cooktop if things got that serious. So don't worry. That's why I use this side instead of this side. It's just too much work, number one. And number two, I don't like to use this side because when it's down like this and I have my flame inside here, I like to just kick that over, and it's easier for me to put that fire out, put my coals out. When it's inside of here, if you do it this way, when that fire is inside that bucket, burning at the bottom of this bucket, you got two problems. One, that fire can get so hot that it will burn this tin to the point you can't use it but 1 or 2 times. You're going to burn that tin all the way up, okay? Because depending on how hot your fire gets, sometimes it can get too hot. Number one. Number two, it's harder to cool that sucker down, pick it up and go. My whole thing is built on pick it up and go because all of this is about being mobile and trying to survive. If it's time, look, stomp the fire out, we got to go. Stomp the fire out so I don't got to do nothing. And this stays so cool when it's like this. This up here is hot, about all of this, about 1 inch down, but you can literally pick this up, and I'll show you that later. You can pick this up when it's hot, and you know, it cools down in less than a minute where you can put your stuff back in it, put the lid, the plastic lid back on it, and move on, okay? So let's get busy. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. We're going to put that paddle bit on there, and what the paddle bit is for, okay? Leave your drill in reverse because this is all go in reverse. We're going to put the paddle bit in. The reason we're using this one is because we want bigger holes. We want bigger holes around the area up here so your fire can get oxygen and breathe. And all the fire, once you put your pan up here, you cover that up and you smolder your fire out. So you still want your fire to breathe when you put your pan up here. So those are just exhaust holes. Number one, so your fire can breathe. Number two, so sometimes your fire can get way too hot, and that helps that breathe. That helps it so all the fire and the heat just ain't concentrated up here and burn your stuff up. You can't cook right because you trying to cook on devil's butt cheek. You trust and believe how this works, okay? So I'm going to take you back downstairs and let's try this again. Okay, now drill is still in reverse. And I'm just coming down. It don't matter. I'm going to put 8 holes in the sides at the top. Remember, at the top where the cooktop is. I'm going to just go in reverse. Simple as pie. Now look, you can rub your fingers across that without getting cut up. That's important to me. Now we just going to go to the opposite side, put one there. Yes, and these are wood pedal bits. These are my old pedal bits, and I don't care about them. Same deal here. And I'm going to finish this and show you what it looks like, okay? Hang tight. Okay, we are done making our vent holes at the top. So I'm just going to tear that the paper off now. That's enough of the fun part of the coffee can because this is where it all ends, okay? Rip your paper off so you can see more better. Put that over to the side with the rest of the junk. Now, if I didn't know no better, you look on any website buying these, sure look a lot like that one that cost about $35. To me, works just as good. Didn't cost me nothing but a whole bunch of nice cups of hot coffee. So, from here, you got your cooktop. You got your vents around the sides, the top of the sides, so your air can flow and get oxygen. Now, all we got to do now is make the inlet hole where you're going to be putting all your twigs and your sticks and kindling and everything else, or your oil canister that you plan on using, or your candle, whatever you end up setting up. Okay, so this is how we're going to do that. Change your paddle bit back out. We don't need this paddle bit no more. We done with that. We're going to put that one drill bit back on. And again, we still going in reverse. This whole project is in reverse, okay? So, what we're going to do now, remember, that's the top. So at the bottom, we're going to drill 4 holes. You can draw them out if you want to. I'm going to eyeball it, so because it ain't no big deal. We're going to eyeball that. All right? So let's get downstairs and do this again. So remember, drill in reverse. Less trouble. Now on this, I like to come up at least an inch. The reason why is because that lip that you leave right here, that lip is going to contain the oil, contain the fire, keep the fire inside of your stove. If that's open, fire starts spreading outside, and then you end up having a forest fire and being on the news, heading to prison. Don't do that. So keep that lip. That lip does a lot. You have no idea. Something so simple is so powerful or destructive. So we're going to knock this out. In reverse. Come over about 5 inches. Go up about 4 inches. Same deal here. And all those are our starter holes, because we're going to take our normal everyday cutting scissors, around the house scissors, and we're going to cut from one hole. We're going to connect the dots from this hole to that one, to that one, to that one, and that one to that one. So hold on, and we about to do that right now. Okay, we back. Let me scoot this up a little bit. All right, we back, and what we're going to do now is connect that hole to that one, and then straight across, and come up, and go straight across. That's what those pilot holes was for. So you can simply, you don't need no metal snips or nothing. Plain old house scissors will work, because this 10 is 10, thin as 10. Remember, it's thin, but it's almost indestructible. So I'm gonna bring you downstairs, and we're gonna hurry up and get on top of that, okay? All right, this is it. The reason you can make this hole as big as you want to. You stick your scissors right down in that hole. Let me zoom in, maybe you can see it a little better. Like that. And all we doing now, come up on them scissors a little bit, is cutting straight across. To that line there. Nothing works good when you're trying to show people how to do something. Let's zoom it out. I mean, zoom it back out so you can see better. Now, I'm coming up with that. Same deal. And now that I'm thinking about it, if I would have thought about it, I could have made this in kind of a rocket stove form, but that's neither here nor there. We'll try that next time. The rocket form is when you have the door and you leave it so you can just set the kindling right there on the door. But that ain't what we're doing right now. Over to that hole, and we got one more we got up and down to get to. Bam! Now, my people, we have an oven. Now, you can come in here and clean that up with scissors if you want to, and which I did, and, you know, file it a little bit, make it look pretty, or what have you. Let me see. Push that out a little bit. Okay, clean up the little sharp edges. You now have a coffee cup cooker. I mean, a coffee can cooker. It's that simple. This is what we just made. I'm telling you, if I wasn't explaining this, I could have had this done in 5-10 minutes tops. I got a stove that now I can keep with me and keep all my materials, my heat sources, or my wood chips, my all of my materials in here, and at the same time close it up and carry it along with me. Put a whole bunch of different things in here so it don't take up no space. So it's not just no big old oven that's taking up a bunch of space. All right, so now what we gonna do, because I know everybody say, yeah, that look all cool and all, but do it work? Let's find out. Everybody, LF73, we are about to make the coffee can stove. So before we get into it, let's see how it works. This is one that I already made that you guys see. So let's see. All right, let's see that, baby. Right there. We got our pan ready. I am going to put this in a real life situation. I got it sitting on the cookie sheet, and we're going to use, what did I do with that lighter? Okay. We're going to use some of that gel, flame up for the fire source. We are indoors, so you know you can use wood and sticks and stuff when you get outside. You see, I made that just big enough for that. So we just gonna light that. You just light that right up. Bam. Can you see the flame? You can see the flame. Now, it might, let me see if, oh yeah, it's warm, but I might need to raise it up a little bit. Now, as you can see, I ain't gonna be able to touch that like that for long. I got a nice hot, oh, there we go. So this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna bring y'all upstairs a little bit so you can see a little better up, a little higher up. And look down at this whole crazy little operation and see what's going on. I'm about to try to get some breakfast popping. So I'm about to cut a little butter. My hand, man. Cut a little butter. Get him in the pan. It's, oh, you hear that? Sizzle, sizzle. So it is working. So we're gonna let that butter melt for a second. So it's working. It's cooking. Bring you a little closer into the scene. So my butter is melting, and I'm gonna come back. What we got here, I got some eggs that I've already cracked and ready to go in. We're gonna scramble some eggs. So if you want this to be a little hotter, a hotter flame, you might want to raise your can of oil up, or add, if you're using wood sticks outside, wood and stuff, put more in there to get a hotter flame. Because right now, I can see I would really like that raised up a little bit. You know? Go ahead. Get my eggs in there. Hit him with a little salt. Little pepper. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see if this little can of gel can scramble us up some eggs. Okay, it's really starting to cook now. We got some bubbling going. But what I had to do was raise this container up because it was just down too low for the kind of cooking. You know, with eggs, you need a little extra heat right there. So I'll put another can under it, under the gel can, to raise it up. If I was using kindling and twigs and sticks, I wouldn't need to do that. I would have a nice fire. But as you can see, it's working. we're gonna have scrambled eggs in no time. And this is what I was telling y'all about that oil. Yeah, you don't need it, but it make your life a lot easier. Okay, I'm cooking now. I want to burn my eggs. So it's working. Next stop, dinner time. And that is almost as good as done. Scrambled eggs. Right there for you. And you didn't have to go to any website store and spend $80, $50, not even $20. None of that. You was done with your big can of coffee, and we recycled this can and turned it into a survival tool. There you have it, folks. Scrambled eggs. Just like Mama used to make. You can see my stove right there. See the flames coming out. You can keep yourself warm. So your stove also becomes your furnace, your fireplace. So you can contain and keep your fire in one spot and contained, so it don't spread off in weird places. So I hope this helped y'all a little bit. That's nice. That is nice. Time to get some sausage to that. So I hope that helped you guys and let you see how well that works. Okay, so that's it, you guys. LF73, and that is the easiest homemade coffee can stove that you could possibly make. All right, thank you for watching LF73. I love you. Time for breakfast, and I'm out.